Molweni bethuna and welcome to Conversations with Z. Igama lam ndinguZinhle Limba. Thank you to anyone and everyone that has been watching my videos, and to the people that are watching me for the very first time. I hope that you will find my content relatable and informative, and you will maybe have some teachable moments, right? Over the past weekend, we've lost two celebrities, uMenzi Ngubane noNoxolo. Today's conversation is inspired by the passing of Noxolo. Her body was found after a week of her passing, and people are questioning her loved ones and maybe insinuating that there are people that don't care. I believe that's not true. Yabo? True, guys. English. Anyway, what I want to share is my experience, because in 2016, on the 7th of April, I found Tata just a few minutes before he passed on. I hope that me sharing this experience will give you a different perspective about passing as a whole. I hope that abantu that have regrets and guilt over someone else's passing will find closure, or may find closure at the end of this conversation. So on the 7th of April 2016, my dad passed away. I'm not my biological dad, but the man that raised me in Tata. On the 3rd of April that year, it was his birthday. I tried to call him to wish him a happy birthday, but he was not picking up. Monday, I had planned to go and see him, but a friend came over and she slept over, so I could not go to see him. I kept on calling him the whole Monday, but he was not picking up. Wednesday, I had to take my aunt to hospital. She's not fluent in English. She doesn't speak English. She never went to school. She stayed in Eastern Cape all her life. So she came over to a doctor's appointment in Tigerberg. So I had to take her there because, one, she didn't know how to travel there. Two, she could not speak English. So I was my translator and also take her to the hospital. And then Thursday, Brother Ngangana, which was the guy that I went to church with, and I had to go to my dad's place to fetch windows that he had donated to the church. So when we went there, I knocked. He was responding, but he was not coming to the door. Tata, but he was not coming. So now, me being me, while I was waiting outside for him to open the door, I'm thinking, this is strange. Why is he not opening the door? And now I'm kind of excited because my dad has never had a girlfriend or anyone after my mom's passing. Well, not that I know of. He's never introduced me to anyone. So I'm like, so I'm excited to meet this person. And then, but like, it gets frustrating because he doesn't open the door. So finally, there's an awful smell apparently, which is strange. His door, the door doesn't want to open. It's not locked. He shouts, Brother Ngangana tries to get in. I'm just fast forwarding this whole thing. He sees the state that he's in. He comes to me and he's like, Zinhle, me knowing my dad and how private he is, he doesn't even have a relationship with his neighbors. So I'm like, so better athi no, then andingene. I'm not going to be graphic about how the state of the bedroom. Maybe I should, so that you can get the picture. I get in. 1, kuyanuka. 2, utata ebengumuntu ochabi sehlile, and I just saw him a week ago, but he already looks way thinner. It looks like he's been laying on that floor for days. phansi kumanzi because he's already urinated in himself, on himself. Imbovane ziyahamba. Imagine your dad alive, kukho ii-ants ezihamba emzimbeni wakhe. Ubrother Nganana calls utata umzuzu, which was umfundisi wethu at the time, and then we tried to reach out to neighbors. Says when we call into because kukho imoto eziyi-2, and my dad never has visitors. I'm the only one that goes there. Even family yakhe ibengena relationship nefamily yakhe. So abamelwane bazosabela bakwenzeka ntoni, or like otabhiza ke nobhuti abakhoyo phandle help to take him into the car so that we can rush him to hospital. We rush him to hospital, and as we were getting in, he doesn't want to get off the car. Funeke ndimcenge tata, funeke ungenile, don avume. His eyes has already changed. His skin is very dry. It's like siyaqobuka at this point. Akanuki kamandi because okohleli phansi for days. Singene afakwe ebhedini. Now while I'm sitting there, kube kunesobuzayo ba yintoni lo mntu kuwe? Ndithi ngutatam. Athi lo unje? Hayi bo bethuna bahoyeni abazali benu. Uyayazi kamela nesabe ndixelela. Kutheni ngamzisi kwagqirha umuntu omdala egula? Now this nurse has already decided ubana relationship yam notata minjani, and she's already painting me as a bad daughter. I felt judged and humiliated when she was doing all this, because utata guys bengumntu onenkani. Yawazi amadoda anjani? Amadoda wafuni yakugqirha. To give you an example, utata wake wanamazinyo abuhlungu. Instead of taking himself to the dentist like everyone else does, wasenzela isimanga utata, wathatha ikinep tank, wazikhupha amazinyo. Iimtsini zadumba and he bled. And then he had to be rushed to esibhedlele nangoko. You understand? So I'm just giving you an example. But lo mntu ayingomntu umthandayo ugqirha to begin with. So now lo mntu is already deciding uba nam ndikhathale. But I didn't entertain that. Luckily sister wam wafika, but kanye sister xa efikayo, utatam started breathing strangely, and then kwathiwa masiphume. We were taken out. Mna being the person that's always on a mode of finding solutions, I've already decided utata uzotransferwa somewhere else. So ndithi kunono, my sister, let's go and fetch impahla zikatata so that should he be discharged or transferred anywhere else, abe nempahla ezifresh to wear. Uyabo? Xa sibuyayo, his bed is empty. Okay? Kuthiwe ngicela nize kweli cala. Now this is like all this is happening in like 30 to 40 minutes. Ngicela nize kweli cala. Okay. Siya kweli cala kuthiwe utata wenu sizamile. Uthini but ke uye wathi udiniwe masimyeke. Utata wenu ushiyile. Now, I don't know how to feel at this point. Then there's no time for you to feel, because we are now moved to already. Everything is happening so fast. We go, we see, I'm not sure if we were identifying the body or we were given the chance to say our last goodbye. I'm not sure. We look at him. My sister Wam is there holding him tight, crying. I'm just on some for ntoni tata. Like, I was blaming him for giving up. I felt like so udiniwe. We didn't matter when you thought, like, like for ntoni, because there's so much that we have planned. And when are you deciding to leave? Why? Yeah, but I had so many questions. But the whole point of me sharing this is to just take you through the trauma that you go into when you see your loved one in that state, when you lose umuntu wakho ungakhange umazi uyagula, how you feel. You understand? Now, I had so much guilt and so much regrets. I felt Like, if utshomi yami ibingazanga, I would have went to my dad. Yabo. If I didn't have this appointment nomakazi wam, I would have went to my dad. The minute utatam didn't pick up for days, I should have known something was wrong. How dare I not know? Yabo. There were endless regrets and guilt that I trapped myself into. Yabo. And I was like, come on. No wonder he wanted to pass on. He lived alone in a double story. Like, my dad built that double story and made us bedrooms with the hopes zobana sizohlala as family. And then my grandmom got sick. We had to leave that. My mom passed away. We lived with our grandmom. So dream yakhe, like, he was torn. He couldn't love anyone else after my mom's passing. He was empty. Every day he went back to an empty house on his own. He lived a lonely, sad life, yet I did not know. So those were the regrets that I had felt. Yabo. Now, the last thing I would have wanted was to be blamed for his passing. So I'm shooting this video just to give you an insight into Bana. It's unfair for us to blame family ne friends zikaNoxolo simply because we don't know the type of person uNoxolo was. It could be that she was a private person. She did not say she was not well. It could be that maybe she was not a person that communicates frequently with the relatives zakhe, like my dad. You understand? Now they had no way of knowing. It could be that she stayed far from the family and they had no means to maybe go and see her. So many things could have happened before her passing, but not in any way does her way of passing reduce or ridicules the relationship she had with her loved ones. So we are becoming very insensitive on social media, and we jump into conclusions, and we make loved ones about to feel bad. Imagine if that happened to my dad and I was traumatized, and then someone wrote a status but I did not care. That would not have sat well with me. So I'm just shooting this video to say, let's be more empathetic. Let's be more sympathetic to people, and especially when they lose loved ones, right? If you there have regrets over someone that passed on, whether it is because they committed suicide, whether it is because you felt like you could have arrived earlier, you felt like you could have done more, there's nothing that you could have done. As cliche as it is, ngelinye ixesha kuthiwa ixesha lomntu xa lifikile lifikile, akho nto thina sinawuyenza unqanda umntu from uba angafi. Kukho ixesha lokuphila, likhona nelokufa. Elokufa silazi uba lifika nini, kodwa xa lifikile lifikile. So moving forward, when someone passes on, instead of trying to pinpoint or point fingers at one another as to who's responsible for someone's passing, let's learn to celebrate the life that we had. Let's learn to thank God for the blessing that we received, the experiences that we had with those people. You understand? Let's try to see how we can make the family or the loved ones or the friends feel better, how we can support them better instead of making them feel worse. You understand? So that's the point of this conversation, just to say masibuyeleni ekubeni ngabantu, siyeke ugxekana. You understand? Anyways, rest in peace, Noxolo. I hope that me sharing this experience gave you a different perspective about passing of our loved ones. It gave you closure, and it made you stop regretting or feeling guilty of someone's passing. Till next time, bye bye.